beginning of what we call Holy Week is marked by the celebration of Palm Sunday, exactly 1 week before Easter Sunday. Holy Week is that week in which we commemorate the dramatic events that took place in Jerusalem in the week leading up to Jesus' crucifixion and resurrection. Palm Sunday is the day on which we celebrate Jesus' triumphal entry into the city of Jerusalem. In the Gospels, Jesus enters Jerusalem riding on a colt, a young donkey, a symbol that he arrives in peace and humility, as opposed to arriving on a horse, an animal that symbolized war. As he enters, the people awaiting him throw palm branches down along the road, a sign of great honor and respect, and something you would typically do for a returning king. The Gospel of Matthew describes Jesus' arrival in the city like this. A very large crowd spread their cloaks on the road, and others cut branches from the trees and spread them along the road. The crowds that went ahead of him and that followed were shouting, "Hosanna to the Son of David! Blessed is the one who comes in the name of the Lord! Hosanna in the highest heaven!" Palms themselves have long been a symbol of peace and victory, and in the Church we incorporate palms into our Palm Sunday worship for the very same reason, symbols of Jesus' kingship and of his victory over sin and death through the cross. We decorate our churches with the fanned-out palm branches and carry palm leaves in our hands when we process. We make out of the palm leaves crosses that are blessed and distributed to the people so that they can be taken home and kept for the year as a reminder of Christ's passion, death, and resurrection. The word Hosanna that the crowds used means help or save, and we hear it used in the Gospels on Palm Sunday as a shout of joy and praise, much like someone today might shout, "Hooray!" Many of the people along the road would remember the words of the prophet Zechariah, who said, "Lo, your king comes to you, triumphant and victorious is he, humble and riding on a donkey, on a colt, the foal of a donkey." The crowds are happy that Jesus has come to Jerusalem because for them this was the Messiah, the one who was promised to come and establish a new political rule on earth. But as we will see in the coming week, Jesus may not have been the Messiah that they hoped for. He will tell Pilate, "My kingdom is not of this world," reminding everyone that Jesus' kingdom is heavenly and not earthly. And so by week's end, on Good Friday, the shouts of Hosanna that welcomed Jesus into Jerusalem turn into shouts of "Crucify him," before he is handed over to crucifixion. But on Palm Sunday, the Church's vestments and decorations are changed to red, a symbol of the blood Christ will shed for us on the cross. On Palm Sunday, we remember his entry into the city at the beginning of the week, whose culmination and crown is the empty tomb of Easter morning the next Sunday.